Yeah, really pleased with the performance. There were no errors there within it. The way that we passed the ball, how courageous we were with the ball, recognised good moments. It's a nice kind of well-rounded win with goals at good times, and everybody to a man, like I say, the level that they've set there in the first 11, and the lads that got off the bench are still hungry to go and have an impact and work really hard. Look, Spennymoor are a side that are perennially there or thereabouts, and they've got some very, very good players in the group, and they're all pretty well seasoned at this level. So yeah, it's nice to come through with a clean sheet and score the goals that we did, and arguably we could have scored more. Lots of near moments as well, but just delighted for everybody in that change room that they do work hard, and we've got some really exciting players in there, and they need the platform to be able to go and show what they're all about. And I thought we gave ourselves that today, the way that we've to a man performed, and hopefully it's a sign of a little bit more to come.
I think we said at half time that probably, if there was a disappointment, it was that maybe you weren't more than one goal to the good at half time. What was your message to the team? Just to keep doing more of what they were doing?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I say, I think in my time here, and certainly at step 2, that's the most complete performance that we've given. We've had some good moments at step 3 and achieved some good results, but I think when you look at it, and I don't want to get carried away with it, we need to, like I say, back it up again on Tuesday. But when you look how rounded a performance that was, and the decisions were good today, the execution was really, really good, the desire to go and compete and win first contacts. Aidan's not the biggest and the tallest across the front there, but I think the first 2 opportunities he got to go and win top hats, he did, and he allowed the ball to splash down. It gave our midfielders encouragement, and we've got some exciting young players in there, and we need to keep regrouping and picking up points, and hopefully become really competitive at this level.
Sure, it was something that Dean sat alongside me during the game, was that as much as Aidan had not been on the end of those opportunities, he credited his work rate, felt his work rate was terrific across the front there, and then virtually seconds later gets a chance and smashes in a fantastic finish.
Yeah, it's a great goal, isn't it? Like you say, fantastic hit, and he's got options to his left hand side, and he's, I suppose, like strikers do, they take the moment on, and they're courageous in those moments and situations. And delighted for him. He's had 1 or 2 near misses along the way as well, and worked really, really hard for us. Led the line really, really well, and like I say, hopefully, we can hopefully build on that come Tuesday.
Well, pleased with Amar Dyer's debut. He's at right back today.
Yeah, he was excellent, wasn't he? What a debut he's made. He's confident and composed, and he's been working with us for a little while now, and delighted to be able to get him in. He's a talented boy, and hopefully we can keep his focus. And again, he's another exciting player that hopefully will grow with us and grow us. Couldn't have asked for much more on your debut, and credit to him.
Sure. Nice moment at the end there, in that you were able to give Jamie Meadows a few minutes, given his return to fitness. You probably weren't expecting him to cap it with the 3rd goal, but a great moment for him.
Great for Jamie. But like outside of that, just so pleased for Charlie. He's come in, and he came off the bench there against Darlington and done fantastic. And he's a great little player, and just really pleased for him in that moment that he's been selfless and passed the ball to Jamie, and and obviously put the game to bed at that stage. But in that moment he could have been greedy and gone for it himself, and we need plenty of that in the group, and it's that selflessness that we all if you pass in moments and opportunity to your teammates and you're prepared to do it. I just love that moment. I'm so pleased for him, because he's a fantastic kid, and like I say, wanting to make his way at this level, and when he does like that and shows the energy, the desire, that when you're disappointed not to be in the starting 11, hopefully that augurs well for the future.
Sure. The feeling is perhaps now that performance has set the standard, and that's what you're going to be looking for. Your team has shown that they're capable of that, and that's what you want more often.
Without a doubt, like I say, the big thing for me is we haven't made any glaring errors there today, like we have been guilty of in a few of the games this season. We've scored goals at good times, but that's the challenge now. We play a different Obviously, you know, it's a different set of challenges mentally for us on Tuesday, and it is about going and finding those level of performance against what will be a very different side to Spennymoor. So that's the challenge, and you have to be able to back good results up today, like today, with another result on Tuesday, and that's the challenge we face. But yeah, look, I was really looking forward today. The way we trained on Thursday, you know, Jamie getting fit, Jimmy getting fit. I thought we might have Luke and Steno available. Unfortunately, it wasn't the case. But the attitude to it, and those, you know, they are young men, and like I say, you know, in 2 or 3 years' time, I'm sure lots of them will be playing at this level or over and above this level. But we need them to be really hitting the heights now, which is a challenge. But yeah, look, if we can get anywhere near to that level on Tuesday, we'll be really competitive.
Sure, it's Peterborough Sports at home here at the Sears Stadium on Tuesday. I think they've recorded their first win of the season away from home today at Marine, so they've got themselves off the mark as well. How that feeling of getting off the mark, how important is that psychologically for that group?
For all of us, you know, for us as management, for the boys in there, when you know, we've had some near-miss moments and been on the end of some really difficult moments, like against Buxton, when, you know, we shouldn't have allowed that to happen, and we should have picked up a win against them. Similarly, we should have beaten Curzon here for the possession we've had and the moments that we've had, and we don't. And you know, so it can be a challenging place, and you want to get that first win on the board. Clearly, that's what you want to do. It's taken us a little while, but kind of encouraged by the attitude and the desire to want to improve, and that you've got to show a steel and a resilience in situations like that. And it's just delighted for everybody at the club that we've got our first win now, and like I say, hopefully we can try to back it up on Tuesday.
Kevin, congratulations on your victory today, and thanks for your time.
Thank you.